Welcome to another episode of my favorite local TV show, I Know Jax. This week I have a great show lined up for you, but that's not a big surprise for you, I know. It's funny because many viewers I've talked to basically have stumbled on the show and found me while zapping through channels. I don't know why they do that. No, that's not true. Just ask my wife. I drive her nuts zapping through channels. I think she secretly loves when I have to go out of town because that means she gets the remote. Clicking the remote seems to be a guy thing, don't you think? My wife says it has something to do with my short attention span. What can I say? Blame it on the ADD. I just like variety in my life, and I like exploring new things. And despite that, I've been married to the same woman for over 25 years. Go figure. Wait a minute, that didn't come out right. Let's just move on. In this week's road trip story from Jekyll Island, I got to go horseback riding on the beach. Yep, I know, I have an awesome job. This road trip segment is brought to you by Camping World of Jacksonville. We traveled north to Jekyll Island, Georgia, only about an hour and a half drive from Jacksonville. Last week I went on a dolphin tour and had some absolutely delicious wild Georgia shrimp at the Raw Bar and washed it down with their famous rum smash. Jekyll Island is just a gorgeous place. This is Driftwood Beach. When the sun sets, it's clear why this area is called the Golden Isle. Poet Sidney Lanier talks about the beautiful marshes of Glen. And as thanks, the big bridge is named after him. We've got a lot of adventures planned for today, so I'm going to have to get started. Before heading out for the day, I visited the bird sanctuary at the campground. I'm with Lydia Thompson, the birding ambassador for Jekyll Island. Tell me, what is special about Jekyll Island when it comes to birds and bird watching?
Jekyll is a wonderful island to come and relax. But you also have beach, marsh, maritime forest, bike trails, just a little bit of everything and in a little package.
But when it comes to birding in particular, what's special about Jekyll?
Beach, marsh, maritime forest.
Okay, I got it.
Bike trails.
So they like the same things that we do, in other words.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And we put up bird feeders and added a water drip,
Gotcha.
which means there's fresh water here.
Right.
One of the few places that there is dripping fresh water.
Gotcha. Now, I understand it's all done through volunteers and donations, is that correct?
Yes.
So the campers basically are helping
Oh, yes.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
Now, where else do you find a bird sanctuary that's at a campground that the campers take care of? I don't know that. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Well, there are a lot of birders who travel who start them up, but I'm very encouraged by Jekyll Island's campground because they have taken to caring for it.
Okay.
During the birding festival years, we had a quote-unquote big sit here. And we had 32 species of birds seen here in daylight hours on one day.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a lot of
a
lot of different types of birds.
It is, and it's due to the water and the food and
all the stuff
plants
that the people like too.
Yes, yes.
That sounds great. When I talked to other RVers at the campground, going to the beach was something many mentioned, but there was one activity everyone seemed to enjoy.
Bike riding, ride bicycles.
It's the greatest bike riding place we've been. Beautiful bike trails.
The bike trail goes around the whole island, so you can ride to the beach, the historic district, heck, basically anywhere you want to go.
I say almost every day we'll go out someplace on a bike ride.
There's over 25 miles of paved, flat bike trails, which are great for retired folks, for anyone. Biking is such a pleasure. And that's the best thing about coming here. And then the people.
You said one of the key things is flat.
They're flat.
Flat, absolutely.
When you come from Vermont, you know that flat makes a difference.
Whew, flat is nice. The fresh air and the exercise made me hungry, so I headed back to the Jekyll Island campground for a snack. Man's gotta eat. I'm cooking with gas. Nothing better than cooking outdoors. Off for an adventure. Now it's time for horseback riding on the beach. This is my horse, Prince. What's up, Prince? What are you thinking, bud? And we're off. I was probably more excited about this excursion than Prince, my horse. He was really calm, but then this wasn't his first ride. And that's the way you ride at a sunset. My brief visit to Jekyll Island was over. During my stay, I experienced a lot of Jekyll Island, from the fascinating historic district to the beautiful nature. But believe it or not, there's a lot left to do. I didn't make it to the Sea Turtle Center or Jekyll Island Club Hotel, and I didn't make it to the Secret Swing either. But that's for another day. They say that when your feet touch the sands of Jekyll Island, you're destined to return. I think they're right.
This is Camping World of Jacksonville, Northeast Florida's newest RV supercenter. With 112 stores nationwide and over 20,000 RVs to choose from, we're sure to find the right RV for you. Camping World has access to every brand, every make, and every model of RV available. There is no reason to go anywhere else. Conveniently located off I-95 at exit 358B. Visit our website at campingworldofjacksonville.com.
Jekyll Island is just a gorgeous place to visit, and it's not far from Jacksonville either. You can make it as a day trip if you want to, but I would suggest spending the night there so that you can take a slow walk on the beach and really soak in the atmosphere. Next, let's take a look at what's happening around town. Today, my pick of the week is the Ram Small Biz Saturday. Now, I picked this event to underscore something which is incredibly important to keep in mind, not only during Christmas shopping season, but all year round. And that is the importance of buying local. And I'd like to say hyper-local. Check out this stat. Throughout the United States, only about 33% of revenue from national chains is reinvested into the community, which is super low compared to the 65% return from local businesses. So think about that as you work your way through your gift-giving list while showing your support for the growing national trend to shop small by buying from the 162 vendors who will be in the market on Thanksgiving weekend. That's the Ram Small Biz Saturday, November 30th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Riverside Arts Market. Let's really get the Christmas season started with the 27th annual tree lighting at the Jacksonville Landing. This 56-foot tall, energy-efficient artificial tree decorated with over 78,000 LED lights and more than 240 ornaments will light up downtown during the annual ceremony. The evening will conclude with a large fireworks display on the St. Johns River. That's November 29th at 7 p.m. For more details and other ideas for fun things to do, visit our website at iknowjacks.com.
watching I Know Jax.
Today's Wine Guys segment, we are at Royal Palms Village Wine and Tapas, and that's a mouthful.
It is, isn't it? I'm really surprised you got it out.
Hey, this is a cool
Wow.
place. And today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving wines. So teach us a great one.
I know. I always get asked every single Thanksgiving. I always get asked, what's your one Thanksgiving wine? What do you recommend pairing?
Does it have to be just one?
Well, that's where I have the problem. Is that picking just one. Picking just one wine.
Right.
There's no possible way that you can just come up with one wine for Thanksgiving.
Right.
So that's kind of my big problem. So I picked 4.
Okay, good.
I went straight from 1 to 4.
I like this attitude.
So I have 4 different wines, and these are kind of my ideal wines for Thanksgiving. Pretty much cover all bases, and the problem with Thanksgiving is that you've got, I don't know, personally I never eat turkey on Thanksgiving, but a lot of people do, obviously. But, well,
okay.
I'm not.
They don't have turkey.
I'm English, so I've got no Thanksgiving tradition.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I fall
They're
with
not
it.
educated.
Yeah, we're not. We're absolutely not. We only invented
Well,
everything.
you know what I've noticed? If you've got 2 of my favorite types of wines here.
You have a favorite type of wine?
Yeah, red and white.
Okay, perfect. See, we've all these weeks and all these months of filming, that's as far as we've gotten. So I feel I'm just going to go and kill myself right now.
You're doing great.
Yeah, thanks. So what we've got is 2 whites, 2 reds. I have a Gewürztraminer. Yeah, exactly. Gewürztraminer is it's very similar to a Riesling. It's lighter in body. It tends to have a little bit of sweetness. The first part of that word, Gewürz. Any idea what that means? Guess.
I cheated because I asked earlier. It means spicy.
I thought we were just going to play it off we haven't
no,
rehearsed that.
I'm not that smart.
Wow.
Nobody would believe
No,
it.
I know, they never would. I was hoping that you'd just say, I've got no idea, but never mind. So Gewürz actually means spice. The grape has actually got like a spicy kind of character to it, but not in the way of like tandoori food kind of spice.
Not
It's
hot
like,
spice.
yeah, it's like cinnamon, nutmeg kind of spice to it. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it as well. The wines are typically lower in alcohol. This is around 10.5% alcohol.
Right.
So it's a really good food pairing
Good.
wine as well. Next one, this is the Mercelet Chardonnay. It's really big, buttery Californian style of Chardonnay.
That means more sun.
Yeah. Yeah, well done. See, we're doing all right. We are doing all right, seriously. So yeah, Mercelet Chardonnay. It's again, when I tend to give my Thanksgiving suggestions, it's an American holiday, so I recommend we try and stick with America as much as possible. Yeah.
That's why you picked the German one.
Well, I know, to start off with, right? But the
Hey, I knew that was German.
just you saw a bunch of language on the back that you didn't understand, and you saw made in
Exactly.
Germany, and yeah, that's what you were going for. But to be honest, Germany, Austria, they do the best Gewürztraminers, even the Alsace region of France. This country, we do some fairly good Gewürztraminers, but for the sake of this pairing, I'm going with German Gewürztraminer.
Okay, cool.
The California Chardonnay, like I said, big, buttery, oaky style.
Buttery.
So that you've got your light-bodied, you've got your full-bodied whites covered there.
All right.
Then onto the reds. My personal favourite, if you were only going to pick one wine for Thanksgiving, I recommend Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is my personal favourite wine. It pairs with turkey, but more importantly, it pairs with like the cranberry sauces. Pinot Noir tends to have a cranberry, strawberry, raspberry, kind of lighter in body taste. Yeah, definitely. A little bit of acidity to it. Again, really good food pairing wine. Okay. And the last but not least, is a Zinfandel. Yeah, this is all American. We're getting all American with this one. This is Zinfandel. It's kind of it's an American grape, not white Zinfandel, but red Zinfandel. So this is the Redemption Zin. Alexander Valley Vineyards. Typically higher alcohol, fuller in body. If you like Cabernet, chances are you probably like Zinfandel. So that's kind of where I stand with my Thanksgiving wine suggestions.
And I suggest you try all 4, because
not at once. Not at once.
I
had to point that out. I love the fact I even have to point that out, But yeah.
This is the land of plenty.
Yeah, absolutely. All in one glass.
And I know it is Thanksgiving where you're going to gorge yourself.
Oh yeah, you'll probably end up.
Yeah, why not? Or
yeah.
if you did it over the course of a day, maybe.
Yeah. Which you end up doing anyway.
Well, thanks for getting us clear on all these Thanksgiving wines, and I hope all you guys have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching I Know Jax. I hope you will have a great Thanksgiving holiday this year. I will be back next week with a new episode of I Know Jacks, and until then, I'll see you on the internet.